We're going to start with the head. You guys ready? Everybody good? Okay, let's do this. This one down the center and right here, that's the anterior mandibular levator, also known as the anterior mandibular adductor. This one right here on the side, external mandibular levator or adductor. Back here, this one's got some fascia over it, but that's the mandibular depressor. And here you have dorsalis trunci. The dorsalis trunci goes across the entire body along the top portion. This is just the cervical portion. We're going to go to the lower part of the head. Now, up here at about this line right here, see it? Up here is the intermandibular. Now, can anyone tell me what the homology of the intermandibular is with mammals? The mylohyoid and the digastric. Below the intermandibular, you will find the interhyoid, which is basically in this area right here. Now, the deep dissection we did for this guy lets you see two special muscles. The one going down the center is the geniohyoid, and the one to the side is the branchiohyoid. And then we can see here, this is the rectus cervicus area. Now, let's go to the pectoral region. This guy will start with the back. There are three muscles across the top of the back. You will find here the cucullaris underneath the gills. Usually when I tag this on tests, I will simply cut the gills off and I will pin it very carefully. Here, this separation point right here, that is the dorsalis scapulae, followed by this down here, which is the latissimus dorsi. Some interesting things you can see from here. I believe this is the procoricohumerales down here. Easier to see like this. There's the procoricohumerales. And this one actually has an omar arcural, which I almost never see and almost have never put on the test before. But this one shows it really nicely. Now, the arm muscles and the lower body, sometimes very difficult. These ones are not particularly well separated. Well, a moment. Up here, we have, of course, the procoricohumerales, but on here, on the coracoid plate, you have something called the supracoracoideus. Underneath that is the pectoralis, this region here. Now, the ones of the arms are some of the toughest to know. And the way I usually remember them is that there is one that's super easy. That is the triceps brachii. It's the big one you can see dorsally. That one. Now, on the other side, you will see two of them. And I believe that's the triceps brachii. There's that. There's one there. That one is the coracobrachialis, also known as the coracohumeralis. And this one in the center is the humeroantebrachialis. Can anyone tell me what that's homologous to in the cat? The biceps brachii. All right. Now, there is one in this book that I did not cover, and you will not have to know it for your test. It's called the pectori scapularis. It's too tiny to pin and too tiny to see. Let's move to the lower legs. Now, this looks tough because there's a bunch of muscles here, but it's not so tough at all. We're going to start with this big triangle here. It comes down here, triangle there, triangle there. This is pubo-ischiofemoralis externus. The pubo-ischiofemoralis internus. This one right up here. Hold on. That one, yeah. Pubo-ischiofemoralis internus, followed by this one, which is just pubotibialis, and followed by the one on the bottom, which is pubo-ischiotibialis. Now, these ones can sometimes trip people up. You've got to remember, pubo-ischiotibialis is the one on the bottom, pubotibialis is the one in the center, and pubo-ischiofemoralis internus is the one on the top. And then this one is easy. This is pubo-ischiofemoralis externus. There's one more here, this tiny little one right here. That one is called ischioflexorius. You will not need to know anything about the cloaca. Finally, this is the last home stretch, and I have to remember where I separated these muscles. The dorsal leg. Where did I put it? Sorry. These ones can be somewhat tricky. There it is. Okay. So this one right here is from the other side. This one right here is iliotibialis, followed by the big one in the center, which is ilioextensorius, followed by this one. It's on the side. Got a little fascia on it, unfortunately. There it is. Right there. That one is iliofibularis. And this one down here, this is also from the other side. So you gotta be careful when you look at this. And that is everything you need to know about the mud puppy.